Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining discipline is a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. Within this podcast, we're going to focus on self-improvement as you follow along with me on my journey. We'll also hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. Today is day 215 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days out of the year this year in a row, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I also challenged myself to run 1,500 miles within this time frame. This is my second year ever running. Within the first full year, at the age of 31, I was able to run 1,002 miles, and I did that within 175 days out of the 365 in 2020. So, me going for 1,500 miles is a 50% increase in the amount of miles as opposed to last year. And me going for 365 days in a row is over 100% increase in the amount of days as opposed to last year. Not to mention this year, all in a row, no days off. Also within this time frame though, if those challenges weren't enough, I had decided to challenge myself to run two big major races. One of those races, delving into the ultra marathon world, was a 50K trail race that I was actually able to finish on June 5th, 2021. Got it done in 7 hours, 15 minutes, and 22 seconds. So I'm officially an ultra runner. That was the Yankee Springs Trail Race in Middleville, Michigan. The 50K. And also within this time frame of the year, I've challenged myself to run just a regular marathon, being the Detroit Free Press Marathon that is taking place in October, coming up here real soon. And I'll be doing the Motor City Challenge within that race, which entails me running the competitive 1 mile and the competitive 5K the day before the actual marathon. Looking forward to that race, like I said, coming up here in October. Other than that, we can kind of talk about mileage. So I don't have mileage, official mileage, with me offhand. But for the day today, we'll be right around 4.7. For the week, we should be right around 9.4, and then we should be right around 14.1 for the month, and for the year, I don't even know, we're at 1,012 something, I don't know. We'll figure it out though. I'll do an actual snippet of the official mileage that I'll cut and edit into the episode right here, right now.
Today's official mileage was 4.8. That put me at 9.5 for the week, which put me at 14.2 for the month, which put me at 1,017 even for the year.
Alright, so now that you have the official mileage for the day, week, month, and year, let's focus on the monthly miles. Every single month, I challenge myself to a 100-mile challenge in which I run 100 miles in honor of charity, which I donate, and I also start a coinciding fundraiser to raise awareness and to try to raise donations as well. So for the first 7 months, we were able to raise money for 7 great charities. Now we're sitting here within the 8th month, the month of August, we're raising money for another great charity, and that being the Psoriasis Association, the National Psoriasis Association, I believe. Since I'm writing, I don't have the official name of it, but I believe that is what it is, and I chose that this month because psoriasis is something that I've actually struggled with and had throughout my youth and still have, and just came to accept it. But they work on trying to find the cure and find the understanding of what psoriasis is about. So that is the fundraiser for this month, the month of August. If you'd like to donate to that fundraiser, you can find the link to do so on the Defining Discipline Instagram or Facebook story, or my personal page's Instagram or Facebook story. Within those stories, you click on the link, it'll open up the Facebook page where you can make your donations. All donations that get made to this fundraiser go directly to this fundraiser. Facebook is not taking any portion of those donations. I do know times are tough though. Not everyone is able to donate. And if that is the case, don't feel bad, but if you still like to help out, the best thing you could do is just click that share button. Because the main thing we are trying to do throughout this month is not only raise money for this charity, but to as well raise awareness. We're trying just to get it out there so people can learn about what it is, and maybe later on they'll want to donate, maybe not, but just trying to get the knowledge out there of what the cause is about and all that. And especially with psoriasis, was something that I had growing up as a young age, as a teenager, getting picked on with it. I know one thing, a lot of people always thought that it was like contagious. It's something they could maybe possibly catch from me. So definitely getting the knowledge out there of knowing what psoriasis truly is and why it happens is a good thing. So, and like I said, every other month, all the other charities as well, just sharing them and letting them know what the causes are about helps out tremendously, guys. So if you can't donate, next best thing to do is share. And if you did donate, still, let's click that share button, guys. Doesn't hurt. So other than that, I've been doing a little bit of reading. Been trying to do a little bit of reading every day, and been trying to do a word of the day. So for the word of the day, I'm going to cut a snippet in right here, right now, with that word of the day.
Today's word of the day is berate. It is to scold or condemn vehemently and at length.
And can't really talk about the reading because I did not get any reading done for the day today. Just kind of been swamped with work these past few weeks. Was able to get a little bit of reading in at work yesterday, but it was only a couple. Wasn't nothing too intense or too serious. Not too fast, not too slow. Nice easy pace for the day. So other than that, though, we can just get right into today's actual episode. Episode 215. And for today's episode, today's theme is going to be weight. WEIGHT. And I want to talk about weight because something I want to talk about. So we're going to get right into it. The weight I'm talking about is the weight that we carry with ourselves every single day. And as of late, I've been carrying a lot of weight with me. And you know, it gets overwhelming at times. It gets stressful. It gets hard. Sometimes it feels very unbearable. I question myself. And there's a lot of questioning and uncertainty that goes on when you're bearing and carrying a lot of weight. And like I said, this year and this, I just feel like I've continuously have just added more and more weight that I have to bear and carry with me. And I'm not complaining, truly, I'm not. But like I said, sometimes I'll even doubt myself and question myself, and you know, sometimes it really gets to me, and it's very devastating at times. So I just wanted to talk about it because, like I said, I am carrying a lot of weight currently. There's a lot of things that rest on my shoulders as we speak that I'm dealing with that feels overbearing and unbearable. And you know, every day I'm getting out here trying to really focus on the plan of attack. And you know, being out here on a daily basis running gives me a little bit of time to escape, to actually take a little bit of that weight off of me. And when I'm out here, I can really think and focus, and I just get a little bit of time to myself to really try to reevaluate. And truly, guys, like I'm talking about with weight, the weight that you carry, like I said, it can be unbearing or unbearable. It seems, it can seem hard and impossible to deal with. But the thing to remember, like any weight, it's only going to make you stronger. And if you can deal with it, if you can push through that little bit that seems like you're not going to make it, if you can get through that, when you get to the other side, you're going to come out better, stronger because of it. And that's something to continue to that I have to continue to remind myself as I'm bearing a lot of this weight and trying to really keep my head on straight while doing so. Is I know I'm making the sacrifice now, this hard sacrifice, so I don't have to make a harder sacrifice later on within the future. And that is to carry the weight and bear it. So I'm doing it. I've taken on as much responsibility as I possibly can, and I'm going to continue to take on more. And I fail sometimes. It gets hard. But with that responsibility and me truly pushing myself and bearing that weight and carrying it, you know, the times I don't fail are that much sweeter. And I've learned so much more from it. So, today's episode was just really about a personal episode about a lot of the things I'm dealing with within my life. You know I've been doing a lot of these episodes talking about improving my life, which I have been doing and I continuously try to do on a daily basis. But I don't know if I've ever really emphasized that, you know, just because I'm out here grinding every day, putting in the work, and trying to do better myself, doesn't mean that everything in my life is perfect and that I'm not carrying a lot of burden and weight with me, trying to relieve it. So, you know, I'm out here every day trying to get better, but you can only take it a day at a time. So guys, just wanted to talk about the weight that I'm carrying currently. Don't have to go into great detail of exact what the weight is, just a lot on my mind, a lot on my shoulders, and I'm taking it a day at a time. And as overwhelming and scary as it is, I continue to find strength within it, within bearing it and taking on the responsibility of that weight. So that's all today's episode was about. Just wanted to get that out there quick. Doing another running episode because I'm not going to have much time once I get home. And might be like that for the rest of the month of August. It's got a pretty busy schedule, but we'll get it what we can get. But for your daily discipline today, episode 215, it is to bear that weight. We all carry weight. We all carry these burdens with us. And sometimes we think that we have too much that we're carrying, and it just would be too impossible to carry any more weight. But sometimes by adding that more weight, it really brings out the strength within you. And when you add that more weight, the things that seem like it was too heavy to carry with to begin with start to get a little bit lighter, because you then realize you can carry more than you thought you could have. So for your daily discipline today, it is to bear that weight and to take on more weight and try to take on more responsibility. Because I know at least myself have found a lot of happiness and just a lot of I can't really even find the word. Just I found a lot within taking on and bearing the weight and taking on the responsibility of my own weight. So you'll find a lot of strength and power within that. So that is your daily discipline for the day, guys. Episode 215. Other than that, thanks so much for following along and listening to the Defining Discipline podcast. I am your host, Scott. If you guys can, please give the podcast a like, a subscribe, a follow, and a share on our Facebook, our YouTube, our Instagram, our TikTok, and whatever podcast streaming platform you guys have been following along and listening on. Let's get out there, guys. Let's work on ourselves on an individual level in order to make the world a better place. The best place to start is with ourselves. So let's make these improvements. Let's work on our own flaws. Let's try to make this world a better place. Other than that, thanks so much for listening and following along to the Defining Discipline podcast. Peace.